Here's a quick cut preview of an upcoming episode of the Work It, Live It, Own It podcast. In your experience as a rebranding expert, are there more common mistakes entrepreneurs make when attempting to refresh their brand? How can we avoid them making those common mistakes when we're trying to refresh our brand?
I'd say the most common ones I've seen are you rebrand without knowing it really. You're just getting so inspired and hyped up by the latest Canva template, the latest trends for like peach, beige nudes with neon color gradients. And you're like, ooh, I wanted this too. It starts slowly. And then one point you're like, what is happening? This starts very unconsciously. I'd rather do the nice Canva template than actually do like an outreach or sale call or whatever thing I'm trying to avoid. So that's something where you really have to be honest with yourself. Like, okay, what are you actually doing? And the other thing is you as a person has changed so much that what you're looking at, reflection that your brand is just no longer aligning. It's just not a match anymore. If your body shape has changed and you're looking at the clothes and you're like, this doesn't fit me anymore. Or I had so many clothes after pregnancy that the size was still right, but just the pattern or the colors. And I was like, oh, get it out of my sight. My experience, a good reason to rebrand. What often happens is business owners look at to rebrand to make it more contemporary. Again, maybe trends. Or they're like, oh, this client told me that they really like my moody brand photography. So let's do more of that. Giving like the power away, you should double down on what makes you when you're rebranding because it feels like it's no longer aligned. So it's just double down on who you are and what makes you stand out and who you are in this season of life and then kind of like go from there. So it starts with you, and often people have this like outside in where they're like, oh, this client like that, or this XYZ person I admire is doing this. So let's take a bit of here and a bit of there. I don't know, worst case, you end up with something that still doesn't feel aligned.
Yeah, we can get distracted from doing the things that actually generate income.
I mean,
I am guilty. I'm guilty.
I mean, I'm the
So
VP
guilty.
of that club, right? Like, I mean,
I need a t-shirt. Because I'm guilty. I'm guilty of that as well. So, and we do make those mistakes. Okay. Or if we rebrand, sometimes it's like, hey, I rebranded and make this announcement to everybody. Look at my new website. Check out my new website. That's not necessarily refreshing your brand either, just telling everybody.
Well, this is really a lovely example you're bringing. Because again, if you're going back to the trust factor, authenticity, empathy, leadership, empathy, what helps the client here? Why does the client care why you got a new website? Why should they care? Like, it's the same as like announcing these Instagram story slides of, oh, I wrote a new blog post. Here's the link. Well, good for you, but why should I invest time in reading it? Give me more. Give me a reason that makes me curious enough to make the next step. Not the sale, the end conversion, whatever it might be in your business, but the next step. Just got to be curious to do the next step. To go off the app to your blog, and from the blog, sign up to your freebie or whatever it is. Go on the sales call. Just always curious enough to get me moving. And, oh, I have a new website. Well, unless like, I don't know, you're Taylor Swift or someone that probably works. For me, I don't know, most business, I would be like, sure, great for you, but should I care?
Again, for the client is what's in it for them.
Yes.
And you're right. Why should they care? Now, given your journey through pregnancy, pandemic, and health struggles, how do you prioritize self-care, maintain a healthy work-life situation while pursuing your entrepreneurial dreams?
It's those and those days. I don't really believe the principle of balance as such because I feel it often tends to mess with people's mind more because we have this idea of, oh, everything should be balanced all the time.
That something's like, already wrong with us if we don't have work-life balance. Correct.
Yes. Thank you, SaCola. And that's just not the case, right? There might be seasons where you have to pull a bit more than your partner does, for example, and that's okay. Still, things can still feel balanced. So that's one thing. But I really had to double down on boundaries. And I'm sure this is not the first time you hear this on this podcast. Another big thing for me to ask for help because you need a village. Our times really have eroded this village for most of us, and we need it. We just need it. We're social beings. Looking at self-care and a non-negotiable part, the biggest asset, the most important asset in my business. If I'm not functioning, my business is to one point, it will not be functioning anymore. If I know this thing is making me feel good about myself, whatever it may be on this day, it might be more of a healthy diet, it might be a hot stone massage or a 30-minute walk. I know I need to do this first, because everything else I'll do after it will just go smoother. It will go just with more ease.